Good morning, students. This is Dr. Jamuna, Associate Professor from Department of ECE. So I welcome you all for this session. So today in this session, we are going to discuss about the features of ECE, the scope of ECE, and biomedical engineering. So the outline of my presentation will be about ECE. We'll be discussing about ECE, the scope of job opportunities in ECE. So after graduation, what are the various opportunities available for ECE graduates and also for biomedical graduates? And what are the core companies, IT companies and core companies available for job opportunities? Those things we'll be discussing. And also the government sectors, the job opportunities in the government sector. So those things we'll be discussing in this session. And a few students, you might be interested in doing your higher studies. So even we'll be discussing in this session the higher studies opportunities. What are the various opportunities available for higher studies after doing your undergraduation in completing UG in ECE and biomedical? What are the various opportunities available for doing your higher studies? So those things we'll be discussing in today's session. And our department labs, the lab, various labs available in our college for ECE and biomedical, those things we'll be discussing. And also the practical sessions. What are the practicals, hand-on training you'll be doing for all the 4 years, okay, during your course duration, the UG duration, what are the different practical sessions and hands-on sessions you'll be doing. Okay, so all those things we'll be discussing in today's session. So to tell about the EC department, okay, so electronics and communication engineering. From the name itself, we could say that if you study electronics and communication, you will be studying both electronics as well as communication. Okay, so two major domains you'll be studying during your course. The students who are doing BE will be studying both electronics as well as communication. So if you, during this course, okay, after completing this ECE in undergraduation, they have lot of scope in research. The students completing ECE, BE will have lot of scope in doing research as well as designing and in development side as well as testing of electronic equipments which are used in various systems. Okay, so when you say designing, it includes various design, circuit designing. There are various different types of designing. So one thing is that is they may involve in circuit designing and also VLSI designing. That is VLSI design is VLSI means very large scale integration. You might have heard about that. So VLSI stands for very large scale integration. So normally VLSI technology we use for fabricating ICs, chips. Okay, IC means integrated circuits. So integrated circuits, shortly we call it as IC. So the VLSI design, it includes in the designing. When we say it includes circuit designing, VLSI designing, and all those things. Okay, and we can and when we discuss about development side, okay, so we can you after your graduation you can do development. You can also focus on development side also, software development and also chip development, okay, and all those things. Then similarly testing of electronic equipments. So normally whenever you involve in some manufacturing of some components or devices, so after like for example PCB designing, if you PCB means printed circuit board, okay, so PCB, full form for PCB is printed circuit boards. So student after your graduation, some students they may be interested in PCB designing. So if you involve in PCB designing, those boards, circuit boards should be tested. Okay, so after completing that fabricating a PCB board, normally that board should be tested. Not only that boards, if you involve in any electronic equipment manufacturing, okay, after manufacturing an electronic equipment, it should be tested if there is any fault in the functionality or manufacturing defects for all those things. This testing will be done. So in those areas also you can get a job. Okay, the EC graduates, they have lot of scope in research, designing side and development side, and as well as testing of electronic equipment. So these are the various fields where EC graduates have job opportunities. Okay, and similarly the electronics and communication engineers, they can also focus on communication side. Okay, so communication side in sense broadcast, okay, telecommunication, then mobile communication, all these things, a satellite communication. So when we say about communication, the students can focus in all these different types of communication, either telecommunication, mobile communication, or satellite communication. Okay, so when we say about mobile communication, there are so many companies, as you all know, okay, which involves in broadcast. So in mobile communication, there are a lot of companies you can focus on. That is, after your graduation, you can, those who are interested to join in communications side means, then they can go for this communication companies like any company like Airtel, Jio, okay, all these are mobile communication companies, and also BSNL, these things. Okay, for telecommunication, we can for normally telecommunication, that is telecommunication means it involves in RF communication. Okay, so television communication or telecommunication shortly we call. So these that is mainly RF communication. Okay, so these are the various fields where the EC graduates can find their have lot of scope. Okay, so either they can focus on electronics part side or communication side. Okay, so normally this after studying ECE, they can involve in jobs related to analog transmission. Okay, in telecommunication, it involves analog transmission and microprocessors. You might have heard about this microprocessor. Normally, microprocessor means it is a processor which performs all the functions. Okay, a processor which performs all arithmetic and logical operations. All functions can be done by the microprocessor. And this microprocessor, normally processors are involved in our PC. Okay, when you take personal computers, the processors perform all the function in a personal computer. Okay, that is the heart of the CPU is the heart of the system. Okay, computer. So the processor is the main part in the PC. Okay, so processors, solid state devices. Solid state devices, when we say it is transistors. Okay, so transistor, you might have studied in your physics. Okay, in your higher education, you might have studied in your physics subject. So transistors, the manufacturing using, whereas like I mean in VLSI and all, if you take one chip, that one chip may have more than 1 lakh transistors integrated in a chip. Okay, so there may be more than 1 lakh of transistors integrated in a small chip. So that is only we call VLSI. Okay, so solid state devices involves transistors, fabrication of transistors, circuit boards, and all those things. And digital and analog communication. So digital communication, there are various different types of digital communication, like including amplitude modulation, then frequency modulation and all. We'll those things, it comes under digital communication. Okay. and analog ICs, analog integrated circuits, microwave engineering. Okay, so the microwave frequency is very high frequency. Okay, that is in terms of gigahertz. The frequency, microwave frequency, will be in terms of gigahertz. So there are so many advantages in microwave communication. Okay, even for mobile communication, the mobile communication is integrated with microwave communication. Okay, so there are a lot of advantages if you integrate mobile with the microwave communication. Okay, so in all those fields, you have a lot of opportunities. ECE graduates, they have a lot of opportunities in these domains. Okay, in various fields like microwave engineering, satellite communication. So in satellite communication, when we talk about satellite communication, as you all know, normally the only EC graduates are preferred for satellite communication. Jobs related to satellite communication, only EC graduates will be preferred. Okay, and antenna and wave propagation, and this also, that is designing antenna design companies. Okay, antenna design, all those companies, I prefer EC graduates. So, if you study, after studying ECE, electronics and communication engineering, the students, they find a lot of scope in these domains. Okay, mainly in electronics part as well as communication side. So, what are the different job opportunities in ECE? As I told you, in consumer electronics, okay, that is consumer electronics manufacturing organization, ECE students have vast career opportunities. Okay, so consumer electronics manufacturing means like consumer electronic products like washing machine. Okay, so washing machine, your refrigerator, all this air conditioners. So all these are, it comes under consumer electronics, microwave, oven. Okay, all microwave products, all these things. Television. Okay, so all these are consumer electronics. So all these consumer electronic products manufacturing company, EC students have lot of job opportunities. Okay, so because in a consumer electronic, for example, if you take washing machine, okay, it is a that is a it is an embedded system. Okay, the process controller is mainly used there, microcontroller. So microcontroller, it is mainly it includes an embedded system in washing machines. So EC graduates, they find a lot of opportunities in embedded systems also. Okay. So in telecommunication, as I told, telecommunication, that is your television, you can, that is television broadcast. Okay, transmitting a television signal, receiving a television receiver. So in our home appliances, that is television receiver we will be having at home, but in broadcast station, the tele signals will be broadcasted. Okay, using antennas, it will be broadcasted. And in telecommunication companies, okay, if you take any telecommunication channels, ECE graduates are appointed. Okay, they find ECE graduates, they can find a lot of opportunity in telecommunication side. Example, we can say any telecommunication. Okay, BSNL, then Sun TV, any television channels. Okay, and also in IT industries. When we talk about IT industries, mainly the IT companies, they recruit CSE IT students. Not only them, ECE students, they find lot of opportunity in IT industries. Okay, because ECE students, they study both software also. Okay, not only electronics and communication, they also study in your curriculum. You'll be studying Python. Okay, and C, C++, everything. So you will be familiar in studying all the software languages. so that you can also, there are a lot of opportunities for EC graduates in IT industries also. Okay. So if you are interested, those students those who are interested in IT companies also, you can find lot of scope in IT industries. Okay. Then mobile communication, as I told, the mobile communication now 5G technology is going on. Okay. So already 4G is existing and 5G is upcoming technology. So in mobile communication, EC graduates are have lot of scope, and internet technologies. Okay, and then also power electronics and other industries like steel, petroleum, and chemical industry. So in these field also they have EC graduates have lot of job opportunities in these industries like steel, petroleum, and chemical industry. What are the various companies? Okay, what are the various companies uh, that recruit EC graduates, where we can find out EC graduates can find an opportunity in various IT and core companies. Okay, so IT company, when you say Amazon, Wipro, Cognizant, Accenture, these are the major I mean leading software companies. I have mentioned only few, and Robert Bosch. Okay, all these companies. Robert Bosch is a core company also. Okay, so for ECE students, you can find a very good opportunity in Robert Bosch, Havels. Okay, Bajaj Electronics. These are the few core companies which are available in India uh, for EC graduates. Okay, so a lot of job opportunities are available in Havels, Bajaj Electronics, Kirloskar Electric Company. Okay, they mainly focus on electric products. Okay, electrical products, and Honeywell Automation India Limited in India. Okay, and 3M India, Philips Electronics, and Sterlite Technologies. So these are the few top core companies which I have mentioned here. There are many other core companies also, but I have mentioned only a few core companies which are the leading core companies in India. So students, EC graduates, you can find lot of scope in. Those are interested in to if you want a job in core company means you can join these companies. Okay. If you are interested in IT company to have a job in IT field, then you can focus on IT companies like Amazon, Accenture, okay, Wipro, Cognizant, TCS, all those companies. These are the leading core company and IT companies for EC graduates. These are the different government sectors. Suppose after some students, you might be very focused that you need a job in government sector alone. Okay, most of the parents they have a dream that their child need to get a job in government company. So for those students who have a thirst to join in government company, I want they if they need a government job alone means definitely after completing your EC graduation, you can find lot of government sector opportunities. Okay, so I'll just tell what are the various sectors, government sectors available for EC students. Okay, so ISRO means Indian Space Research Organization. So here they mainly EC graduates are appointed for VLSI, IT, and radar related. For all these technologies, they recruit EC graduates. Okay. And next, DRDO. DRDO means Defense Research and Development Organization. So in DRDO also, EC graduates are appointed. They recruited for embedded system related jobs. Okay, and VLSI and automation side. So for these DRDO, they mainly focus embedded systems, VLSI, and automation. Then next is a bar. BARC, that is Baba Atomic Research Center. So Baba Atomic Research Center, they mainly, that is atomic research, okay? So they involve in nanotechnology side. The research center focuses only on nanotechnology side. So students, if you are interested, those who are interested in atomic research, okay, nanotechnology, they can find a job in Baba Atomic Research Center. You can try for Baba Atomic Research Center. And next is NIELIT, okay, that is National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology. So this is an education institute, okay, for electronic graduates, and there you can find a lot of scope for information security, VLSA, and auditing. Okay, so their focus is only on information security and VLSI. The next is Central Electronics Engineering Research Institute, CEERI. Okay, so there is this is another research institute in India where you can they focus mainly on VLSI and microwave. Okay, so VLSI technology and microwave research is carried on CERI. Next is SAMIR, that is Society for Applied Microwave Electronics Engineering and Research. So in this domain, I mean in this institute, you can find lot of scope for VLSI and microwave research. Okay, so this research institute mainly focus on VLSI and microwave research. So in this research institute and all, you can apply for JRF, okay, Junior Research Fellowship, and also various posts are available for EC graduates, okay. And next is National Aerospace Laboratories, okay. National Aerospace Laboratories, they mainly involve in aerospace research. Their NAL also appoints EC graduates. Then next is BEL. BEL is Bharat Electronics Limited. So they involve in VLSI and embedded system. So the BEL focuses on mainly embedded systems on VLSI. Okay. So students, they have those who have interest in embedded systems, they can make use of opportunities which are available in BEL. Next is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, that is HAL. So this concern, they mainly focus on embedded systems. Okay, so next is ECIL, that is Electronics Corporation of India Limited. So they focus on PCB designing. So PCB designing is a great opportunity for EC graduates. Okay, they can even if you like, if you are interested to become an entrepreneur. Okay, instead of I don't like to go for job, I want to become an entrepreneur means you can choose PCB designing and manufacturing. Okay, so PCB designing and manufacturing is one there is one field where if anyone is interested to become an entrepreneur, you can choose this PCB designing and manufacturing. This it is not it is cost effective also. Okay, this if you choose this PCB designing and manufacturing as an for entrepreneurs, it is very cost effective. Okay, so the investment required for this is very less, and it is the technology involved is also, it is not so complicated. Okay, so for those who are interested in doing entrepreneurship, you can choose PCB designing and manufacturing. Then next is AAI, that is Airports Authority of India. So this is another government sector which recruits EC graduates, and they involve mainly in radar and antennas. Okay, so radar is mainly involved for radio detection and ranging. So radar and antennas, their focus is mainly on radar and antennas for AI. Next is BSNL. This you might have heard, all of you know. You'll be aware of this BSNL. So BSNL means there is Bharat Sanchar Nizam Limited. So they mainly use in telecommunication. They focus on telecommunication, IT networking, and security also. Okay. So these are the few major government sectors where the EC graduates can find their job. So a lot of scope is available for EC graduates in government sectors also. Okay. So if you are interested, if you want to find a job in government sector, definitely you can focus on this. Okay. So not only IT and core companies, we can also focus on government sectors also for EC graduates. Few students, some students know they have an idea to do higher studies. Okay, after completing your undergraduation, BE in ECE, if those who wish to continue their higher studies, okay, those who wish to do your higher studies, can you have lot of domains to do higher studies. Okay, after completing your BE ECE, you can do you can do your higher studies in telecommunication engineering. Okay, and also you can do your higher studies in microelectronics and VLSI design. This is another domain. Okay, another domain where you can in VLSI design. If you do higher studies in VLSI design, you can find lot of opportunities in IC fabrication companies and all. Okay, IC manufacturing companies. You have lot of job opportunities if you do your higher studies in VLSI design. And electronic design and technology. This is another domain where you can do your higher studies. ECE graduates can do higher studies in electronic designing and technology. Next is communication field. If you're interested in communication, okay, then you can do higher studies in communication, wireless communication. Okay. Then signal processing is another domain where there is a lot of scope. Okay. In a telecommunication side, everywhere you have the signal. If you do higher studies in signal processing, there are a lot of job opportunities in telecommunication, in mobile communication also. Okay, so signal processing is another major domain where EC graduates can do their higher studies. Next is robotics. If you are interested in robotics and automation, then you can do your higher studies in robotics and automation. After doing your UG, you can do your higher studies in robotics and automation. EC graduates are eligible to do higher studies in robotics. Okay. And you can also do higher studies in embedded system and applied electronics. Okay. So as I told, embedded system, you have lot of, because there are a lot of projects, okay, in embedded system domain. Real-time projects also you can do, okay, and in applied electronics also. Those if you complete higher studies in applied electronics, you have lot of scope in various fields, sectors, government sectors also. So these are the few major domains where you can do your higher studies in these fields. Okay, after completing your BE, ECE, you can choose any one. Those who have an wish to do your higher studies, you can choose any one of this field for your higher studies based on your interest. Okay. And in our college, okay, at Sri Shanmuga College of Engineering and Technology, what are the different labs which are available in Department of EC? Okay, so in EC we have a Digital Signal Processing Lab. Okay, so DSP lab. So DSP lab means Digital Signal Processing Lab. So here we have a lot of DSP kits we have. Okay, where in that kit you will be using MATLAB software. You'll be doing signal processing experiments will be done in this lab. Okay, so all signal how when a signal, for example, signal means we can take an example for signal is audio signal. Okay, so while doing this lab, DSP lab in your normally you'll be doing this lab in during a third year. Okay, so while doing this DSP lab, you can take on audio signal even we can take our own audio signal. Okay, how this audio signal is being processed. Okay, how it is processed using MATLAB software. And also for processing these audio signals, we will be using a separate processor. Okay, DSP processor. So DSP kit is available in our lab. So you, while doing a third year labs, you'll be doing these experiments. Hands-on sessions you'll be doing in signal processing. How to process an audio signal. Okay, how to have an audio signal is processed using MATLAB software and using DSP kit. Okay, so separate in DSP kit they will be using a separate DSP processor. Okay, so using the processor, how the signals are being processed, all those things you will be studying in DSP lab during a third year. Okay. Next, embedded lab. We have embedded lab, and in embedded lab we have embedded kit. Okay, lot of embedded kit is available in our lab, where you do so many, like using Arduino board. Okay, all type of embedded related experiments will be carried in this embedded lab. Next is circuits and devices lab. In this lab, you'll be doing this comes normally for your first year and second year. Okay, when you during your course, that is a BE program. During your first year and second year, you'll be doing this lab, circuits and devices lab. So how to design a circuit? Okay, an amplifier circuit. Amplifier means that is your audio signal itself should be amplified. Okay, then only it can be transmitted. So in telecommunication and all, before transmitting a signal, it should be amplified, and then only it can be transmitted. Okay, so for telecommunication and all, the signal should be modulated and then it should be transmitted. So all those things you will be studying in communication, but the basics for that, okay, the basics you will be learning in circuit simulation lab. So in circuits and devices lab, you will be studying different electron devices. So what are the various electron devices available, like transistors, diodes, resistor, capacitor, okay, and various thyristors, okay, SCR, then diac, triac. So all the electronic devices, what are the various different types of electronic devices? Using those devices, how how the functioning, the operation of that device, and you will be studying the characteristic. You will be plotting the characteristic of a particular device, and all those things you will be studying in this lab, circuits and devices lab. Okay, so different electronic devices. So using transistor, how a transistor is used for amplification. Okay, so all those things we'll be studying in circuits and devices lab. All the facilities are available in this lab to do those experiments. Even simulation experiment you have in circuit simulation. So using ORCAD PSpice software tool, you can simulate and see. Okay, so simulation you can using that software we will be showing you the simulation output. That is simulation means that is you're not giving the circuit in real. Okay, just a virtual connection of circuit. Okay, so virtual circuit only in simulation part. It is not a real circuit. Real circuit means you will be giving the circuit connection using electronic devices in the PCB board. Okay, in a breadboard. Normally, we don't use PCB board here. For experiment purpose, we will be using only breadboards. So in breadboard, if you are giving connecting electron devices, then after suppose if what type you may have a doubt. Suppose if we are connecting instead of this transistor, if I'm replacing this transistor by another device, what kind of output will get? Okay, so that like that you can simulate and see for different devices what will be the output. Okay, for different specifications, for different ratings, what will be the output, what kind of output I will get if I use this different rating device with a different rating and all. Okay, so for that you cannot connect in real and then take the output. Okay, for different, if you have that imagination, what will be the output if I connect this device, what will be the output if I connect that to another device. So like that you can simulate and see. Okay, using OrCAD PSpice software tool, we can simulate it and we can see the output. Okay, it is like if it is like how to say that is, and if you want to construct a house, okay, while constructing a house, really you cannot before constructing. Okay, we'll be seeing that software. Using that software, we'll be seeing the design and all. No, suppose if we give this color paint, how it looks. If I use red color paint, how it looks. So really, we cannot use that paint and then we cannot change it. Okay, so in simulation software we can use different how we are for example in house construction, suppose different colors of paints or different designs is applied means how it looks, that will be seen using that software, isn't it? So the same way here in electronics, okay, if you connect one device, if you connect another device, what kind of output you will get, all those things you can simulate it and see in this software. Okay, so circuit simulation software is available in our circuits and devices lab. So you can simulate various components, and you can simulate and see the output using that software, PSpice OrCAD, PSpice software. Okay. So this lab you'll be doing during your first year as well as your second year. You'll be doing this experiments. You'll be doing hands-on sessions when you come to this lab. Okay. Then next, the lab is microprocessor and microcontroller lab. So in microprocessor and microcontroller lab, we have very different types of microprocessors and microcontrollers. So as I told, microprocessor is a processor which performs all arithmetic and logical operations. Okay. So this processor is a major part in a PC, personal computer. Okay. So this processor you have in our lab, we have different processors like 8085 microprocessor. Okay. Then 8086 microprocessor. I'll show you the image. Okay. So this is the 8085 microprocessor kit. Okay. Can you see? This is the 8085 microprocessor kit. So here you'll be using assembly language program, 885 assembly language programs. You'll be you'll be studying in theory part, you'll be studying the instructions, okay, for 885 microprocessor. What are the different instructions? How to write a program for 885 microprocessor? How to run it and execute it. So all those things you can do it in using this kit, okay. So in theory part, you will be studying the assembly language program, different instructions used for 885 microprocessor, okay, and various addressing modes, how the instructions should be written, okay. All those things you will be studying in your theory part. That same, whatever you are studying in your theory part, you will be applying and you will be doing hands-on session in microprocessor lab using this kit. Okay. So using this 8085 microprocessor kit, whatever you have studied in theory, okay, that assembly language programming, that you will be typing here. Okay. You can enter that program and you can run it and execute and see the output. Okay. So you'll be doing lot of programs like multiplication. If you give some 10 numbers, if you want to add it, an array of numbers, how to add, okay, for all the different programs for different application, okay. Suppose if I want to add an array of numbers, or if I want to arrange an array of numbers in ascending order, or how to arrange some 10 numbers in descending order. So all these things, different programs are there. When you come to lab, you'll be studying all those things, okay. So for different application, the programs you'll be writing in assembly language program, you'll be writing for different process. So for 8085 processor, the program which is written, you can run it and see using this kit, okay. So hands-on during your lab practical sessions, okay, you can type the program in the kit, 885 assembly language program, whatever you have written, okay, that you can type it. Then using the keyboard, you can see the keyboard here, which is available in black in color, okay, black and red. So that keyboard you can use to type the program, and my 885 microprocessor chip is available, and also additional chips are also available for keyboard interfacing. LCD display is the output device. Okay, you could see the LCD display here. So the LCD display is used for viewing the output data. Okay, so here when you enter the program, okay, you will be entering the assembly language program using the keyboard. After entering, you have to run it and execute the program. So after executing, you can see the output in the LCD display. Okay, so in the 7-segment LCD display, that program will be the output of the program. You can see the output in the LCD display. So to this kit, okay, 8085 microprocessor kit, you can also interface another various interfacing boards. Okay, you'll be doing those experiments also. Suppose I want to run a stepper motor. Okay, if you want to run a stepper motor, or if you want to control a traffic signal, so those interfacing boards are available in our lab. Okay, in a microprocessor lab, we have different types of interfacing boards. So we can connect this interfacing board to this kit. Okay, for example, I'll tell one board, that is stepper motor board. So if you connect this stepper motor, if you want to connect a stepper motor to, if I want to run a stepper motor, okay, using 8085 assembly language program, I want to run a stepper motor means the stepper motor is not available in this microprocessor kit. Okay, the stepper motor is not available in this kit. So I have to connect a stepper motor to this kit. Okay, so a stepper motor is available in our lab, so that we can connect it to this kit through this with the help of the interfacing board. So with the help of interfacing board, that stepper motor can be connected to this kit, and you can type the program in 8085 microprocessor kit, and you can make the stepper motor to run. Okay, so that and all you'll be studying how to interface various external devices like stepper motor, traffic light signal, okay, traffic controller, and all those different types of interface external components. You can connect it to the interface to the microprocessor kit. Okay, so all those things you'll be studying in microprocessor lab. So microprocessor lab, you'll be studying this lab experiments. You'll be practical sessions. You'll be doing in your during your third year. Okay, third year of your course. And same way as we do for a microprocessor, even 8085, not only 8085 microprocessor is available. In our lab, we have 8086 microprocessor also. Okay, 8085 and 8086 microprocessor kit is also available, which is which is available for your syllabus. In your syllabus, you have 886 also. So that kit is also available in our lab. And this is your 8051 microcontroller kit. Okay, so the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller is in microprocessor, if you have to use a memory. Okay, that timing and control unit externally it will be connected. Okay, but whereas in microcontroller, all these things, memory, then there's a control circuits, everything will be integrated in the chip itself, in the microprocessor itself. Okay, the microprocessor along with memory and timing and control circuit, everything only we call it as a microcontroller. Okay, so this microcontroller mainly we use it in for controlling operations. Okay, for example, if I want to say my washing machine and all, okay, we use only microcontrollers. Okay, so 8051 microcontroller kit is available in our microprocessor lab, and also this is the image. Okay, for 8051 microcontroller kit. Same way here also you will be entering the program. Okay, using assembly language program, whatever you're writing for 8051 microcontroller, you'll be writing the assembly language program, and that program you have to type it using the keyboard, and you can see the output in the display, LCD display. Okay, here also you can interface external devices to this kit. Okay, like stepper motor and whatever. If you want to connect any external devices to this kit means, we can connect using the interfacing board. Okay, so 8051 microcontroller kit is available in our lab, and also PIC microcontroller. That is also, there is another controller, microcontroller, that is also available in our lab. So you can, we'll be doing experiments using different microcontrollers. Okay, like 8051 PIC microcontroller, all those things. And this is a DSP kit. Okay, that is in DSP lab. While doing a DSP signal processing experiments, we'll be doing this. We'll be doing the experiment using this DSP kit. Okay, how an audio signal is being processed using this DSP processor kit, and also with using MATLAB software. Okay. So next is your so these are the facilities or different types of kits which is available in microprocessor and microcontroller lab, okay, in our college. Then in ADC lab, ADC means analog and digital communication lab, okay. So here you will be, we have lot of communication systems, okay. That is, if you want in telecommunication, as I told you before, transmitting a television, see, actually the television receiver is available in our home, okay, but in the transmitting station, okay, for example, if you take Vijay TV, they have a transmitting station over Chennai, okay. So in Chennai, the transmitting station is there. They will be transmitting the signals in the transmitting station, and the receiver which is available in our home, okay, with the help of antenna, the signals will be received and it will be given to the television receiver, okay. So this communication, okay, communication of signals, that you can before communication, what are the process to be done, okay, how the signal before transmitting it, it has to be modulated, okay. So in Vijay TV, for example, I'm seeing Vijay TV, okay. So in Vijay TV, they have the transmitting station, and there they will be whatever channel signals they have to, whatever that is video, okay, video signals they have to transmit. Before transmitting, what are the process to be done, okay. So before processing, it has to be modulated. The signal should be modulated, and at the receiver, and then only it will be transmitted, okay. And at the receiver side, at our home, okay, we have a television receiver. These signals will be whichever, whatever signal is transmitted by that station, we will be receiving using an antenna, okay. Antenna, it will be received, and then it will be after receiving it, it has to be demodulated. So at the transmitting side, the signal will be modulated, and the receiving side, it should be demodulated, okay. So modulation and demodulation experiments you will be doing in ADC lab, okay. So in ADC lab, analog and digital communication lab, you will be doing both how the signal is being communicated in analog communication, digital communication, various techniques used, okay, in analog and digital communication, what are the different techniques. For example, in analog communication means amplitude modulation, okay. What are the different types of modulation? Before transmitting a signal, it has to be modulated, and after receiving, it has to be demodulated. So you'll be studying various techniques, modulation techniques and demodulation techniques. You'll be doing hands-on sessions, okay? How the signal is modulated, how it is demodulated, and different types of modulation you'll be doing, okay? In this lab, you'll be doing hands-on sessions for those techniques, okay? So you'll be doing both analog modulation as well as digital modulation techniques, okay? So there are different types of modulation like amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation, okay? Then amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying. These are digital techniques. So all these things you will be doing hands-on session in this ADC lab, communication lab, okay? Next is your LIC lab. So LIC lab means Linear Integrated Circuits lab. Okay, so in our college we have LIC lab where there's a linear integrated circuits means mainly using op amps, operational amplifiers. Okay, so you'll be doing how an operational amplifier adds to signal. Okay, adds to datas, and similarly how it multiplies all the different operations, operation amplifier, different operations you will be doing hands-on in LIC lab, okay. Using 741 IC operational amplifier, you will be doing all these experiments in LIC lab, okay. So whatever you are studying in LIC theory, that you will be doing in this lab. So the practical sessions will be handled in this lab, okay, LIC lab. So in LIC theory, linear integrated circuit theory, whatever you're studying, you can do in C in LIC lab. Okay. So the hands-on sessions you can do in LIC lab related to linear integrated circuits subject. Okay. The next is electrical machines lab. In electrical machines lab, you'll be doing the machines, that is motors. There are different types of motors, generators. So you'll be doing experiments. This lab you'll be doing during your first year. Okay, so that is uh, in motors and generators, you'll be controlling the speed, okay, speed, torque, and all these experiments related to controlling torque, speed, and all. It will be done in electrical machines lab. So you have we have different types of motors, generators in this electrical machines lab. Okay, DC motor, then shunt motor, then stepper motor. All those different types of motors are available in electrical machines lab. So you will be doing hands-on sessions related to motors and generators in electrical machines lab. So these are the different labs. Okay. So these are labs which is available for ECE department in our college. Okay. So what are the different labs that you will be studying? Okay, during your 4 years of course, these are the different labs you will be studying. Okay, that is problem solving and Python programming lab. You'll be studying during your first year. Okay, so Python programming, Python how you'll be studying Python programming in theory also. The same thing you'll be doing in lab also. Okay, so how to run a program, how to execute it. Okay, compilation, everything you'll be doing in this lab. And physics and chemistry lab during your first year you'll be doing. Then circuits and devices lab, okay, that is also first year. You'll be doing this lab during your first year. Engineering practices lab, as I told, engineering practices is a basic experiments related to electrical, mechanical, and it come in engineering practices lab. You will be doing a combination from mechanical. Also, you'll be doing few basic experiments. You'll be doing electrical experiments also and electronics experiments. Okay. So all these three domain you'll be doing in engineering practices lab. It's a common lab, okay, for all the students. And during a second year, you'll be studying, doing this data structures lab in C. Okay, so in C, using data structures in C lab, you'll be doing programming in this. And also next is analog and digital circuits lab, as I told, all communication, not communication, this is analog and digital circuits. Okay, so digital electronics related labs you'll be doing in this lab. Okay, so analog and digital circuits. So in analog circuits you will be doing amplifier circuits. You will be designing an amplifier, different types of amplifiers using transistor. Okay, and digital circuits you will be doing like counter experiment. Okay, shift registers, various digital circuits you will be giving connection, and then you will be taking the output. Okay. So what the difference between analog and digital is, analog you'll be giving voltage as input. Okay. Suppose 5 voltage means if I am giving 5 volt input now, that we can say it is an analog signal. If you are giving some sine wave input now, that is analog. Okay. Whereas in digital circuits you'll be using only zeros and ones. Okay. So the input what you are using will be only 0 and 1. Okay. The output also taken will be only zeros and ones in digital circuit lab. Okay, so you're using digital electronics kit. We have a separate kit, digital electronics kit. So that kit you will be using for doing this digital circuits lab. Okay. And next is interpersonal skills and listening and speaking. So this during this lab you'll be doing all experiments will be related to improving your communication skill. Okay, so in order to improve your communication skill, this lab is included in our curriculum. So it is a listening and speaking lab. Okay, and next is circuit design and simulation lab. So this, as already I told you, that it is a simulation lab you can design a circuit and you can simulate and you can see the output. Okay, so electronic circuits you can design and simulate using ARCAD PSpice software. Okay. Next is LIC lab. So this lab also you'll be doing in during a second year. Okay. So in LIC lab you can do experiments related to operational amplifiers using IC741 op amp operational amplifier. You will be doing different types of experiments in this lab. Next is a digital signal processing lab. You will be doing in DSP lab where you can process a signal. As I discussed already in DSP lab, this lab will be carried in DSP lab, okay, digital signal processing. And communication systems lab, already I told you that how modulation, demodulation is done, various different types of modulation, different types of demodulation experiments you will be doing in communication systems lab, okay. So a lot of communication kits are available for different types of modulation and demodulation, amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, all different kits are available. So you'll be doing the experiments in that, okay. On communication networks lab, in communication networks lab, you'll be you'll be studying mainly about networking here, okay. The experiments will how data is communicated in a network, transmitted in communication network, that you'll be okay, how the data packets are, what are the different methods of communicating data packets. You connect some 10 systems in a network, okay, in a LAN connection or different types of networks you'll be studying here. So in all these networks, how the data packets are transmitted and communicated, you'll be studying in communication networks lab. And microprocessor and microcontroller lab, already we discussed, okay, the same, that lab will be done in microprocessor lab. You'll be studying 8085, 8086 microprocessor and 8051 PIC microcontroller. You'll be studying, okay? And different experiments really using this processor and controller you'll be doing here. And next is VLSI design lab. Here in VLSI design lab, you'll be designing a chip, okay? Very large scale integration, that is an IC. As I told, using VLSI technology, we can fabricate an IC with more than 1 lakh of transistors can be integrated in a single small chip, okay? So in VLSI design lab, you will be studying the design experiments related to VLSI technology, okay? And you can there are different simulation softwares like Xilinx, okay? And Tanner software. So there are different softwares available in our lab, in VLSI design lab. So in this lab, you can, using this design simulation software, Xilinx, Tanner software, you can design a IC. Okay, you can design an IC and different types of ICs you will be designing and you can simulate it and see. Okay, only the simulation part we can simulate and see the output. Okay, in VLSI design lab. So for that, simulation software is available in this lab, and the simulation software used is Xilinx. Okay, which is in your curriculum also, that software. So using that software, we'll be doing all those experiments. Next is embedded lab. So in embedded lab, you'll be studying all embedded systems related experiment. You have embedded kit, okay? Using that kit, you'll be doing all embedded experiments and how to different types of embedded systems you have here, okay? So while doing this lab, we will be studying different types of embedded systems and how it is being the working of that, and you can see the output also, okay? And next is advanced communication lab. So in communication systems lab, you will be studying all the basic communications, okay? Whereas in advanced communication, the same thing what you have studied in communication system, the next advanced level, you will be doing it and see. You can do hands-on sessions in advanced communication lab, okay? So we have advanced communication kits, okay, communication system kits, where you can carry out these experiments, okay, for this advanced communication lab. So that's all about the labs which you will be studying during, these are the different labs, okay, you will be studying during your 4 years of BECE course. You will be studying all these four labs, all these labs, okay, during your 4 years. And in your final year you will be doing one project, okay. During the third year you will be doing mini project, and in final year, when you come to final year, you will be doing main project, okay. So that main project you will be doing either in your own project you can do in college, or you can also choose an industry and do industrial projects also you can do, okay. So it is up to you that you can choose any industry, and you can get that is you can do the industry projects, or else you can do your own project in college itself, okay. So in final year you will be doing the main project. There is one mini project you will be doing in second year and third year, okay. So next, so far we discussed about department of ECE, okay. What are the different scope of studying ECE? What is ECE and what is the scope of studying ECE? Okay. After completing your graduation, what is the scope for ECE engineers? And where are the job opportunities? You can find job opportunities in ECE. All those things we discussed in today's session. And also we discussed about what are the different labs you'll be studying. Okay, all practical sessions during these 4 years. What are the different labs you'll be studying? So we just had an overview of all the labs. Okay, what you're going to study. So now I'll be telling you an overview of biomedical engineering. Okay, so for biomedical, those who complete biomedical engineering, what is the scope, okay, for biomedical engineers? We will just have an overview of that, okay. So students who complete biomedical engineering, that is they normally they combine, they study the engineering principles along with medical science, okay. So when you see other disciplines, they will be studying only engineering. Whereas the biomedical engineers, they study the engineering principles and they combine along with the combination with medical sciences. They can do research work. Okay, they can design and create a medical equipments and medical devices. Okay, and even software side also they can go. Okay, so they can the biomedical engineers have a lot of scope in uh, research, okay. Research, and also they with growing, normally any people when you see, they'll be more health conscious, okay. The health is a primary motto for every person, okay. So with the growing that health conscious, since every people they have the health conscious, so day by day the health conscious of people, it will be growing only, okay. So with for that the biomedical engineering, it helps a lot, okay. So the biomedical engineers, they find a lot of job opportunities in the medical science field, okay. uh, Career job opportunities in medical science field also. So biomedical engineers, they collaborate with the doctors and researchers to develop medical system, okay. So the biomedical engineers, along with association with in association with the doctors and researchers, they can find various job opportunities in medical systems, okay, in developing medical systems, development of medical equipment, okay, devices which are used to solve certain problems, health related problems. These equipments are related to solve clinical problems, okay. So all these equipments can be manufactured by biomedical engineers, okay. So for all health related problems, they'll be using some equipments, okay. For example, if I want to say, if you want to take your ECG, okay, if anyone who has some heart problem, they wish to take an ECG signal, okay. So if they want to take ECG, then definitely they need that equipment, ECG equipment, ECG device, okay. So that device can be fabricated by biomedical engineers, okay. For example, I told ECG. Similarly, for all EEG, electroencephalogram, okay, so which traces the brain waves. of human brain waves. Okay, so like that, for different equipments which are associated to solve the problems in our human body. Okay, so those equipments can be fabricated and manufactured by biomedical engineers. Okay. So it is not a it is a rare combination of healthcare and engineering. Okay, so the biomedical is nothing but it is a combination of engineering and healthcare. Okay, and it involves the application of engineering principles, and they create solutions. Okay, for healthcare problems, and they are also involved. The biomedical engineers can also involve in development and design of medical products. Okay, so a lot of scope for biomedical engineers in medical field in association with engineering and healthcare. Okay, so they combine both engineering and healthcare is combined. Okay, in all those fields they find lot of scope. Biomedical engineers have lot of scope. Okay, and biomedical engineers not just create equipment. Okay, they are not only involved in manufacturing medical equipments and devices, but also they can be both computer systems and software which are used in healthcare. So in healthcare there are different computer systems, for example in telemedicine and all. Okay, in telemedicine lot of computer systems is used. Okay, so there biomedical engineers are needed. Okay, in telemedicine, and in hospitals and all, telemedicine department itself is there. In Apollo Hospital and all, they have a separate department. Okay, telemedicine department of telemedicine. So there biomedical engineers find a great opportunity. Okay, in hospitals where there's a engineering is applied. Okay, in telemedicine, the engineer, that is the computer systems, everything is used, software, everything is used for healthcare. So there the biomedical engineers, they find lot of scope. Okay, so this is about the biomedical engineering department. Okay, so biomedical engineers, as I told, it they combine both engineering principle along with healthcare. Okay. So what are the different job opportunities for biomedical engineers means we'll just have a look into it. Okay. So they have a lot of career opportunities in hospitals, in clinics, and also healthcare center. So in hospitals, clinics, and healthcare center, they have a lot of job career opportunities. Okay, as I told you, in Apollo Hospital and all, they have a separate department. Okay, department of telemedicine. Just for example, I'm telling like that in all the hospitals, major top hospitals, they'll be having telemedicine department. So there, these biomedical engineers can find a job. Okay, not only in telemedicine department, in different departments they have. Okay, and as a research engineer they have if they are those are interested in doing research. Okay, after completing your biomedical, if you are interested in doing research, they can find lot of job opportunities in research field also. Okay, for in the innovation side, designing and developing new technologies. Okay, and if you are interested to do your doctorate, PhD, and MS and PhD degree, they can work in research institutions, okay, and universities as biomedical engineers. So those are interested to do MS and PhD, they can work in research institution as biomedical engineers, okay. And then after completing your biomedical engineering in UG, you can also work in Employment State Insurance Corporation and also Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology and Biomedical Engineering. This is another sector where you can find a job opportunity. Okay, and many foreign country research institutions. Okay, not only in India, even in foreign countries, research institutions, you have medical device consulting firms and pharmaceutical companies, and there also the biomedical engineers can have a very good job opportunity. Okay, and in NASA also. Okay, there is a biomedical engineers can work in NASA and also National Institute of Health. Okay, there also they have a scope for job. Okay, so these are the different job opportunities available for biomedical engineers, various fields. Okay, and these are the few core companies, okay, for biomedical engineers. Larsen and Toubro, that is L&T, and Cipla Pharmaceutical. Okay, Cipla is a pharmaceutical company where biomedical engineers, they can lot of opportunities in that company, Cipla. And Stryker Global Technology Center, and Deloitte Consulting India Private Limited, Simon, then BPL Healthcare, Wipro GE Medical System. In Wipro GE Medical System, the biomedical engineers have a lot of scope there. Okay, and Philips Healthcare, then General Electric Global Research in Bangalore, and in Texas Instruments also they have a lot of job opportunities. These are the few core companies, okay, where biomedical engineers can find there are a lot of job opportunities in core company. Okay, these are the few government companies where the biomedical engineers can focus. Okay, there is a Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology and Biomedical Engineering. Okay, in India they can find this government sector. Then also in Employment State Insurance Corporation, the biomedical engineers are appointed, and in National Brain Research Center. Okay, National Brain Research Center, they have a job opportunity as a research engineer. They can join in research field and all. Okay, and State Public Service Commission, Union Public Service Commission, and Staff Selection Commission. Here also they can find job. Okay, suppose if after completing your UG, okay, undergraduation, after completing BE Biomedical Engineering, those who are interested to do higher studies, these are the various fields where you can do your higher studies. Okay, so Master of Engineering in Biomedical Engineering you can do. Okay, so ME in Biomedical Engineering you can do, and also you can do Master of Technology MTech in Biomedical Signal Processing. Okay, and instrumentation. So medical signal, how it is being processed. Medical signals, when I say, as I told you, medical signals means that is our ECG is one medical signal, EEG is another medical signal. Okay, then like that in our body, the signals which we are measuring from our body is only medical signal. Okay, so ECG, EEG are examples for medical signal. Okay, so all these biomedical signals, how it is being processed. Okay, and what are the instruments that are used to process this medical signal, and all these things you will be studying in detail in Master of Technology in Biomedical Signal Processing and Instrumentation. Okay, if you choose this field, you can study all those things. Okay, and in Master of Technology in Biomedical Instrumentation, yeah, mainly it is used for MTech for instrumentation alone. Okay, biomedical instruments. The instruments, if you study this, you can go for instrument manufacturing. Biomedical instrument manufacturing companies will appoint you. Okay, you can find a lot of scope there. Then a Master of Business Administration in Hospital Management. If you do MBA in Hospital Management, you can find job opportunity as an uh, in hospital management. Okay. Similarly, if you do MBA in healthcare management, also in healthcare centers, hospitals, you can find job opportunities. Lot of opportunities are because there are so many hospitals. Okay, so many hospitals. They appoint healthcare managers, hospital managers. So if you complete a PG in MBA in hospital management, healthcare management, you can find job opportunity over there. Okay. The next is Master of Business Administration in Hospital and Health Systems Management. This is another higher study where you can do in Hospital and Health System Management. Okay. And another higher study opportunity is Postgraduate Advanced Diploma in Biomedical Science and Basic Clinical Research. Okay. So here you can study biomedical science and basic clinical research. Okay. So these are the few higher studies opportunities that are available for biomedical engineers. Okay, after completing your undergraduation. And these are the various lab sessions, that is hands-on session you will be doing while doing your BE Biomedical Engineering for all the 4 years. what are the different hand lab sessions you are going to do. Okay, so in your first year you'll be studying, you'll be doing Python programming, physics and chemistry lab, engineering practices lab, as I discussed about all these labs earlier. So all these labs you'll be doing during your first year, okay, of your course. And then a biochemistry lab you'll be doing and during first year itself, okay. And in pathology and microbiology lab, you'll be studying different specimen. You'll be taking some specimens, pathology, and related to that, you'll be doing some experiments, okay. And using microscope, okay. High resolution microscope is available in our college. So using that microscope, you'll be doing all these experiments, microbiology lab, okay. And devices and circuits lab, as I told you, you'll be studying both electronics, okay, engineering also you will be studying, along with medical science, you'll be studying engineering also. So you'll be studying basic devices and circuits. And human physiology lab, okay. So in human physiology lab, similarly using microscope, you'll be doing some experiments related to human physiology. Okay. Then data structures in C lab, you'll be studying programming. Okay, C programming in this lab. So various C programs using data structures you'll be doing in this lab. And integrated circuits lab, you'll be studying linear integrated circuits. Okay, different using IC 741 operational amplifier. What are the different operations? What are different experiments carried out using integrated? You'll be studying in integrated circuits lab. Okay, and you'll be studying digital signal processing lab. Okay, how the signals being processed using MATLAB and DSP kit. Okay, so you'll be doing all those experiments in DSP lab. So the biomedical students, you'll be doing DSP lab, circuits and devices lab, IC lab, everything. Okay, and biomedical instrumentation lab. So in biomedical instrumentation lab, you'll be studying different medical instruments. Okay, what are the various biomedical instruments used? All those things you'll be studying in biomedical instrumentation lab. And interpersonal skills, listening and speaking lab. In this lab, you'll be this is mainly used for developing your communication skill. Okay, and microprocessor and microcontroller lab. The microprocessors, as we discussed earlier, different processors, microprocessors and different microcontroller, PIC microcontroller, 8051 microcontroller, all those things you will be doing in this lab, okay? And experiments related to that you will be doing. And another experiment lab is a diagnostic and therapeutic equipment lab. Okay, so you'll be diagnosing various specimens, and you'll be doing all those diagnostic experiments. You'll be doing in diagnostic and therapeutic equipment lab. Okay, and also you'll be doing digital image processing lab. Okay. So you'll be doing diagnostic and therapeutic equipment lab, where you'll be doing some diagnostic experiments and therapeutic equipments you'll be studying in this lab, okay? And the next is a digital image processing lab. In digital image processing lab, what is the difference between digital signal processing and image processing means? In digital signal processing, you'll be taking some signals like audio signals, okay? Then you'll be processing those signals, how it is being processed, everything. Whereas in digital image processing, you'll be taking still images, okay? That is medical images, like our brain image, okay? And then how the brain images are taken and how it is being processed. So images, still images will be taken as sample images and then it will be processed, okay? So here, being biomedical engineers, you have image processing lab also, okay? because you have to diagnose the images. Okay, suppose if by diagnosing image diagnosis, you will be diagnosing if any problems are there. Okay, any problems has been occurred in that part, like that you have to diagnose, isn't it? Being biomedical engineers, you have image processing lab also. Okay, so still images, like for example, brain images, everything you will be sample. For example, I'm saying the sample image you may take a brain image also. Okay, you will be processing that. So next, you'll be studying, doing hospital training. Okay, in your final year, that is, you'll be doing the in your third year. Okay, you'll be doing this hospital training, not in your final year. In your final year, you'll be doing the main project. So in third year, you'll be doing hospital training for 15 days in any one of the leading multi-specialty hospital. You'll be doing a 15 days training. Okay, and during that training, you have to submit a report. Okay, that is, it is mandatory to complete the training in any 10 departments. Okay, so in your curriculum itself, they have mentioned various departments. So among this department, you can choose some 10 departments, and you have to submit a report. After 15 days, you have to submit the report for the 10 departments, and the remaining departments also you are supposed to submit a report. Okay. So these are the various departments, that is cardiology, ENT, okay, ophthalmology, orthopedic, ICU, operation theatre, neurology department, nephrology, radiology, nuclear medicine, then pulmonology, urology, obstetrics and gynecology, emergency medicine, biomedical engineering department, histopathology, biochemistry, pediatric, dental, oncology, PAC, medical records. So these are the various departments which is given in your curriculum, but you can choose any 10 departments, and you have to, during your hospital training, you are supposed, in this 15 days training, after the completion of 15 days training, you are supposed to give a report, okay, of any 10 departments. And also they can give a presentation of the remaining departments. During the lab hours itself, you can give a presentation. So report, during this 15 days training, you have to submit a report for 10 departments, okay. So that's all about biomedical. So far we discussed about what are the various job opportunities and what is the scope of studying biomedical engineering. All those things we discussed. Okay. So for biomedical engineers as well as for ECE students, and whichever branch you study, you have a lot of scope in IT, in government sector, in private companies also. Okay, so whatever you study during the internship, okay, that is, you'll be doing industrial internship. The college will send you for some industries, top industries. You'll be doing internship, and if you select very good companies for internship, it will be useful for your placement. Okay, so some companies, after completing your internship, they will provide job opportunity based on your internship progress. Okay, they'll that is, they will monitor your internship progress, and based on that also they will recruit you. Okay, so if you are doing internship in very good companies, it will be helpful for your job also. Okay, and every year you will be doing some industrial visit. You will be not only studying theory part and doing labs, you will be visiting industries also. In your domain, you will be visiting industries every year, so that in that industry you'll have an idea, okay, what is going on in the what are the recent trends that are going on in industry, how it is related to our curriculum and all those things. Okay, you'll be studying during your industrial visit. So every year you'll be visiting an industry, you'll be doing internship during your third year. Okay, and final year also you can do your internship. So that will be helpful for you to develop your skill set. Okay, so to become ready for an industry ready engineer. Okay, when you complete your final year, you will be ready to do a job. So for those things, this value-added courses, as I told you already, value-added courses will be helpful for you to get a job. Okay. So with this, I thank you all students. Wish you all good luck. Do well. Okay. Study your course with dedication and wish you all success. Thank you.